Folks, that's Donald J. Trump today. For all of us who made it to watch that live, it was epic. He called out Mark Carney. Canada lives because of us, USA. Goes on to say lots of freebies. Canada's getting subsidized by USA. And how Mark Carney, the Prime Minister, who gave his speech at Davos the day before as he cuddled up and spooned with China, giving away all of Canada's sovereignty that none of the subjects have. Donald J. Trump goes on to say he's ungrateful. It's the fall of Mark Carney. Folks, this is Ford Motor Company. I'm a Ford family guy. I do have Chevy too, but really we have a rich history of Ford. And I'm wearing this because it was the last toque I could get in Port Elgin yesterday. Now broken ranks. And Doug Ford isn't going with Pierre Poilievre or Mark Carney. He sees the devastation facing Canada, the loss of manufacturing, tertiary jobs, high-paying jobs for thousands of Canadian subjects. Now, Mark Carney did a deal that certainly benefits lots of wealthy landowners, specifically in my home province, Alberta and Saskatchewan. Folks, these are not your run-of-the-mill average subjects in Canada. Many of them have bought up tons and tons of land, multi-millionaires, handfuls of them, who stand to do very well with the deal, trading thousands of Canadian subjects in the third class who make decent wages above the minimum standard living, high-paying, high-tax yielding jobs that now are going to go the way of the dodo to the much subsidized and extremely socialist system of agriculture here in Canada. That's what Mark Carney traded. Wealth for the few at the expense of the middle class of Canada. Whether you like that or not, and I'm speaking as an honest-to-goodness Canadian who was born and bred, raised in Alberta. The days of the average Canadian, Albertan, or Saskatchewanian born, getting into farming, owning their own farm, is gone. It's been gone for 2 generations. Very, very few get into it and have any kind of success. They're usually overwhelmed with debt, and as fast as they were able to get into farming, as fast as they get out. It's consolidated, much of it's consolidated with corporate farming. The exact opposite of what America stands for. What Donald J. Trump speaks of in Davos. Now, Doug Ford's broken ranks. You all heard Pierre Poilievre join Mark Carney in damning Donald J. Trump, threatening him, talking tough, telling his conservative base, we're going to teach Donald Trump a lesson. Well, EU folded like a paper airplane within during the speech, but of course after they fell like paper airplane bags. Folded, done, blown away with the wind. UK sits silent. Commonwealth, nobody has commentary. The tough guys have all fled because they were never tough. They were pretending to be tough. They're tough on their subjects, not so tough against other nations or we the people. At least not frontal to their face. They'd rather do backdoor deals, selling off their slave subjects for their benefit. Doug Ford has broken ranks 5 hours ago. I'm catching up. I see that. He's calling for a boycott, a stand against Mark Carney and even Pierre Poilievre. Has he seen the light? I don't know, folks. It will cost him. He's done his dirty deals. His hands are dirty in the crown pot. It will cost him a lot. Now, if Doug's going to do that, that's great for Ontarians. But it shows you all the highlight that Canada's finito. The Conservatives are not united. The Liberals are not united in any of their platforms. It's all been a tremendous lie. It's always and forever been about their crown, their autocracy, their salvation. They will never give it up. Is Ford ready to give it up for the people of Ontario? Maybe. Maybe. Still a long ways to go, but his words and his actions stand out. Will Trump respect that? I don't know. Not after what Ford did. And of course, he did it with the full authority and support of Mark Carney and Pierre Poilievre. But like rats, they turn on each other. Rats turn on each other. They will. And they do. And they are. And we're seeing it. This is not a viable nation. It never has been. Never will be. The days of Mark Carney are coming to an end. This weekend I'm officially off 100%. Whether if I got locked down here, I would still be doing the Twitter space here. As you can see, lots of Wi-Fi. But I should be in the GTA. Hopefully all goes well Friday after work and I'm in the GTA. But either way, I'm doing the Twitter space. We're inviting Grok. I'm adding the Greenland reality, which I'm so pleased has happened. I'm adding the official stance of China, as we all watched it. As I told you, we get, obviously, the day before Davos, as so many foolish Canadians supporting Mark Carney, the BBC News, CBC News, they're all one thing. Crown propaganda media. It's coming to an end. It's over. And Canadians are going to have to face that. And we're going to go through that with Grok this Sunday live. I'm adding a few other things in the workout with Grok over the next day, just one day. And I'll give that prep to Jonathan Bahai so we can tag Grok in all the things we talk about, everything we go through. I'm going to bounce it all off Grok, and then you'll all be able to see that for yourselves. Credible, real, verifiable. God bless you all. It's an amazing 24-hour period. I'm very happy about it. I can tell you all this. In our lifetime, which doesn't mean necessarily could be close to my retirement, I can promise you all this. We will be Canada, the 51st state. Greenland will be a territory of the U.S. It's all rolling in American history, and Canada is up next on the chopping block. Mark my words. We're going to go through it. I'm going to leave you all now. Bounce so much of this off Grok to have it ready for Sunday so you can all be filled in. God bless. That's my video. Share, get it out there. You're watching the rats turn on each other. Poor old Doug Ford did a number on Trump, and now here he is at the beck and call of Trump, trying to stand up against both Mark Carney and Pierre Poilievre. If you've missed it, Pierre Poilievre was just as greasy as Mark Carney, playing the who's going to fraud the Canadian people better, who's going to tell the biggest whopper, who's going to participate in the most propaganda at the expense of the average Canadian subject, which is third class. Very sad indeed, very ugly. These are evil, evil, evil people. If you believe you're a conservative, you're a sucker. If you believe you're a liberal, you're a sucker. You're just a slave. This goes for all political parties. Why do I name the conservatives and liberals specifically? Because they've held the federal crown entirely the most and only of all the other federal political parties. No one else has held it. There's been official opposition. Bloc has had that, but not effectual in governing, in running the crown for all the provinces and the full autocracy. That is only for two parties, the two original parties of Canada who've always been there. Liberal, conservative. That's what they are. And Doug Ford's broken ranks. So we'll see. We'll see as the rats are positioned against each other. God bless everybody. That's my video. Get it out there. Share, share, share. Be ready for Sunday. It's going to be epic. I promise. This one I'll be there for. Bye now.